Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for October. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. Now, I'm going to be freestyling your tarot spread, starting off with some oracle cards. Towards the end of the reading, I will be rolling some dice to get some initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. All right, we have Graveyard. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing, no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. Now, these oracle cards are a little dark and a little mysterious, but it's quite appropriate for the season. And then we have Rooted. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. This is your root chakra. This is Pentacles energy. This is groundedness. There is a change, there is a transformation, there is a shift, which is quite appropriate because we are entering eclipse season. We have an eclipse on the 14th in Libra and on the 28th in Taurus. When we talk about Taurus energy, that is that rooted energy, that is the root chakra, that is Pentacles, that is tangible satisfaction. With Graveyard, this is transformation for me. This is Pluto energy, which again is very appropriate because Pluto is going direct on the 10th of October. While Pluto was retrograding, the transformation that we associate Pluto with was not in our hands. Now, it's time to take that power back. It is time to control that transformation. There's something here about your, not just your material wealth, but about your security within a connection that needs to shift. We will see once we pull your tarot. It's almost like things have been very wishy-washy. Things have been very elusive. There hasn't been a stability here. That needs to change. It's almost like a tilling of the soil before you can plant seeds of permanence. Appropriate, is it not? We have the Tower. This is Pluto energy. This is the tilling of the soil. Before that seed has a chance to form roots and root itself to the earth, you need to make sure the soil is fluffy. You need to make sure the soil is rich in minerals. In other words, you need to make sure the relationship that you are trying to root is healthy before it's too late. Strength. Why am I getting so many gardening metaphors? You know how with roses, you're supposed to trim the branches and the stems, right? Why? Because you have to make the plant stronger for difficult times to come. I feel like all the adversity and the pain that you have experienced in this connection, it's just made you stronger. It's made you wiser. Not for the adversity that's yet to come, but for appreciating the goodness that comes after these Tower moments. You cannot appreciate a rose's petals without first appreciating its thorns. Temperance, it's taught you patience. Whatever adversity has been brought about in this connection, it's taught you patience. It's taught you how to ground yourself and root yourself and build a home within you before you build a home with another. The Death card, that is the Graveyard. Wow, what a powerful reading. Do you see? This is all major arcana, Gemini. The Tower, Strength, Temperance and Death. This is a profound connection. I have the King of Cups at the bottom. Wow, another major, the Magician. Whatever this connection has been, whatever pain that's come with it, it's helped you stand in your own power, my friend. The Magician is the most powerful creator. I can't. This connection, this reading. The High Priestess, another major. This is all major arcana. the petals and the thorns that I was talking about could not be more appropriate. I feel like your entire life, your entire world has turned upside down for the better. You've been taught strength, patience. Your intuition is heightened. Whew, thank goodness, I was going to have a panic attack. 7 of Swords. Okay, that wanted to show up, and it's another major. It is another freaking major. Judgment. This reading is insanely powerful. I suddenly got something very profound. What you thought was dead isn't. It's just being reborn. The 8 of Swords. Yeah, no wonder you're in your head. I mean, with all of this energy around you, my goodness. And the Wheel of Fortune. I'm not even surprised at this point. I am not surprised. You only have 2 minor arcanas in your reading. The rest are all majors. And I have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, no shit, you're learning. You're learning a whole lot through this journey, my friend. And my heart goes out to you, because this is not easy energy to deal with by any means. It's almost like you're being puppeted. The universe is orchestrating something, and it could be one of the most painful chapters of your life. And if this is not your reading, click off, because whoever I am speaking to is going through a dark night of the soul. Most definitely. I can't shake it. This is the definition of the dark night of the soul. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. There's a lot of information out there. It is hitting rock bottom. And the only way forward is up. There's ascension that is almost, it's merged with this rock bottom energy. It's almost like you are that seed that was planted, and all you can see right now is darkness, because you haven't sprouted shoots just yet. This connection, I am a love reader. That is what I am focusing on. This connection brought out the worst in you, because those shadows needed to be healed. And I feel like you're doing a damn good job of healing them, because there is so much growth here. There's so much ascension here. And I honestly feel like this is not one person's energy. This is the both of you. Because one person cannot possibly deal with so much. I feel like it's 2 people who are going through this dark night of the soul. There is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. What you thought was dead isn't. It's being reborn. It's being revised. It's being recreated. Some of you may have completely lost yourselves in a connection, Gemini. That's because there was a lot of codependency here. And it's almost like you had to get to that 9 of Pentacles energy. You had to get to that independent state. And that could have been very painful if this was as strong a connection as I think it was. It's like you're learning. You're relearning life. Wow. The Tower with the 8 of Cups. Yeah, there was emotional detachment here. Either from your side or the other person's, or both of you. There was a walking away emotionally, because this was too painful. And sitting in that discomfort, it just wasn't comfortable anymore. Something needed to change. The Empress with the Magician, regardless of gender. I feel like this was needed for you to ascend, because I feel like you were both bringing each other's frequency down. Because you were both dealing with so much shadow. There was no light in this relationship. So a detachment was required. An uprooting of sorts was required. the soil was toxic. The King of Cups with strength. Feel like you learned how to raise your EQ, your emotional quotient. You learned the power of unconditional love for self. I feel like you took that power back. You didn't allow this situation to almost, you didn't allow it to take your power away. Maybe for a second you did, but you very quickly took that power back. The Queen of Swords with the High Priestess, balancing logic and intuition. And that is a very healthy place to be in. Sometimes when we're going through that dark night of the soul, it can be very difficult to follow logic. It can be very difficult to pull yourself out of that situation. It can be very difficult to trust your own mind because your subconscious mind is suffering, right? And it keeps pulling you back down because there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of negative energy during the dark night of the soul. And your logical mind, even though your logical mind is telling you to get out of bed, your logical mind is telling you to eat, your logical mind is telling you to smile and connect with people, your subconscious mind, your intuition is blocked because it's in pain, it's suffering. But I feel like you've reached a point of beautiful balance within yourself. And this is acutely difficult, acutely painful. But you've been managing to get through it. Temperance with the Star. Patience and healing. What a beautiful reading. This is not everyone's reading, Gemini. But if you've been going through this pain that I've been talking about, my heart goes out to you. But you haven't lost yourself in the process. I feel like, if anything, you've become the best version of you. Healing and isolation has done you wonders. The Two of Wands with the Seven of Swords. Don't make any plans just yet, is what I'm getting. It's better to swim in this energy for just a little while longer. Like I said, eclipse season is almost upon us, right? The energy is still very volatile. And your mind can be a little muddled. I'm not asking you to swim in the shadows forever, but I am asking you to absorb them just a little more so that there's no residue left. There's a little more work that needs to be done with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the student. There's still more learning, there's still more healing that is needed. Eight of Pentacles with the Death card. Work with this pain, work with this ending, whatever this was. Like I said, this isn't a permanent ending. This is a rebranding of sorts. And I can be just like every other reader and say your ex is coming back. It looks like it, but it's not magic. It's not a magic pill that you can swallow and you wake up one morning and your love interest is right in front of you. It doesn't work like that. But I think you know that already. You know that you have to deal with this pain and digest it before you can look forward to that happily ever after. And I feel like you're both on this journey. You both need to go through this pain so that you don't repeat it. I think you were both brought into each other's lives to trigger this healing. The Three of Wands with Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands with the Magician. I need one more card here. The Queen of Pentacles. I need one more. The Seven of Swords. This is not going to be an overnight thing, nor this is going to fall into your lap. Manifestation has no place here. Physical work is needed. This is not about wishing upon a star. The universe is only going to help you if you help yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of water under the bridge that needs to be addressed. And I feel like you're both at war with yourselves. That war with yourself needs to be addressed before it can be addressed with each other. Does that make sense? There has to be an understanding of one's own faults before fingers are pointed. The Seven of Swords can be escapism. It can be turning a blind eye. In order for empathy to enter the situation, you have to point the finger back at yourself and ask yourself where you went wrong. That's the only way the person you're dealing with is going to mirror that energy and understand where they went wrong as well. No one's perfect, Gemini. 5 of Wands after all that shuffling with the 8 of Swords. Don't hold on to the conflict. Don't hold on to the pain. I have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups. This time away from each other, use it constructively, use it wisely, use it to ascend, use it to lighten your spirit, to lighten your energy. If you keep swimming in this discomfort, it's going to become your reality. That's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to manifest without even realizing that you're manifesting. Because the universe doesn't listen to your words, it listens to your frequency, to your energy. Right? Let it go. And then I have the Moon with the Wheel of Fortune. This was brought into your life to help you grow. 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands to make you stronger. Ace of Wands so that you're ready for a new beginning and a wish fulfilled. It's almost like you had to work for this reward. And the reward is everything that you ever wanted. Your reward is a restructuring of this connection so that it's stronger than it was before. This is difficult energy, I'm not going to lie. With the 8 of Wands, I do see communication. With the Knight of Cups, I do see declarations of love. But that can only happen once you lift your spirits, once you lift your energy. A lot more of the shadow needs to be addressed just yet. And once it has been digested, you can look to the light. I see this connection coming back together, but it's not going to be easy. Not from both sides. The universe is puppeting this. I'm sorry to say. It sounds cruel. But sometimes we need to just do that trust fall and realize that whatever is being orchestrated here is for our own good. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, it's like the universe is begging you to dig deeper. It's begging you to not be afraid of what you see, of what you find. Whoop. All right, I'll take it. It's Scorpio. Not be afraid of the shadow that you find, to embrace it. This has been a very Scorpionic reading. I won't be surprised if you're dealing with a Scorpio or have it heavily in your chart. We have 1111, which is, well, this is power. This is manifestation at its finest. This could be a twin flame connection for some of you, not all of you. They're highly, very, very rare. But I'm getting a homecoming, not just to each other, but to yourselves. I feel like you may have drifted away from who you truly are. There's a reconnection with self before there's a reconnection with another. With Scorpio energy, this is transformation. This is the Tower. This is the Death card. This is pain. This is shadow. That has to be brought about. That has to be addressed before you can embrace the light. And then we have Mercury. Mercury is finally out of retrograde, thank the Lord. And the shadow period should be over very soon as well. When Mercury was, retrograding, it halted communication. It halted even logic. But now that it's moving direct, we can take that power back. There could be a restart of communication. Just make sure you're ready for it. Or you're just going to go back on the hamster wheel. We don't want that. All right, we have the letters D, E, G, D again, K, H, and N. These could be your initials. They could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, but just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. All right, Gemini, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.